Hey guys, it's Jerry here.
And I'm Jeffrey.
So we reached a really big milestone that we want to share with you. For my last video, we actually have 9 subscribers now. Yeah! Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Good job, man. We definitely need to improve. Let's talk about the BMW X7. The BMW X7 is BMW's full-size SUV. This is basically a 7 Series with a higher ride height and a third row seat that can potentially seat 7 people. So it comes in 2 versions. The X40i, it comes with a 3.0 inline-6 turbo engine and has 335 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque. And 0-60 is 5.8 seconds, which is pretty fast. And the second version, the more expensive version, is the X50i, and it comes with a 4.4 liter turbo V8 that produces 456 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. And its 0-60 time is 5.2 seconds. Price for X40i starts out at $73,000 and the X50i starts at $93,000. Prominent feature of the X7 is the panoramic roof. You can change the mood lighting. It's called Sky Lounge.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's amazing. I think the center console, less plastic, more metals, and the crystal gear shifter.
Yeah, I really like that. I mean, we're probably gonna see this at every 99 Ranch. So it doesn't, I actually don't think it matters what the car is. People are just gonna buy it because of the badge, right?
A lot of people who are gonna shift to the X7 are people who already have the 7 Series. They have the budget and they're looking for a bigger car.
People are steering away from sedans. They're not as useful, right? And fuel economy's gotten better. I don't think an X7 gets really worse fuel economy than the normal 7 Series.
Same engine.
Yeah, same engine, same platform, about the same weight, and you know, you get more for the same price, right? So why not get the SUV?
Yeah, so the new styling.
Big grille, not really a big fan.
But I'm actually a big fan of it. Like,
why?
like a lot of people don't like it. Like they think it's ugly, right? Like it's overpowering.
Right now, all over the internet, you see the BMW memes of the grille getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I saw the car at the LA Auto Show. I think it looks okay on that car.
It is like the biggest grille of any BMW.
Yes.
But it is the biggest BMW ever made, right?
Yes.
I actually looked up why they're making the grille bigger. The designer said that pretty much anything else on a BMW can be changed.
Yeah.
But you can't change a grille. And they try to do that with electrified versions of the cars.
Yeah.
But once you take the grille out, it's not a BMW anymore. Like,
that's true.
His example was, even if a kid saw this grille on a car on the street, they'll know it's a BMW. So what they did was probably make it more prominent. It's like how Mercedes makes their silver arrow symbol like humongous, right? It's like the same ideology. I think the back looks really good, right? The back looks pretty modern. The interior looks good. The side view looks good, just the grille is controversial. The closest competitor to this car, to the X7, is the GLS. The X7, the base model, the X40i starts at $73K, whereas the GLS 450 starts at $71K. So it's actually cheaper. The X7 X50 starts at $93K, and the GLS 550 starts at $96K. Now what's interesting is that the X7 X40 0-60 time is 5.8 seconds, whereas the GLS 450 0-60 time is 6.3 seconds. So the BMW is actually faster.
I think they're pretty comparable in size in terms of interior space, but I think the GLS is still a little bit bigger. Yeah, the third row back I think is a little bit bigger. The GLS has been really popular because it's smaller than the American competitors in this class, like the Escalator, the Navigator, but it's still got similar space inside. And I guess part of that is because it's a unibody versus the body and frame construction, so they have less interior space. Now BMW, you know, it's basically the same recipe as the GLS.
The X7, the interior is a lot fresher than the GLS. The GLS still has a lot of plastic in it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that'll be updated by next year. They'll get the high-end Mercedes treatment.
The other differentiator is, you know, BMWs are supposed to be more sporty, right? So the X7 probably drives better than the GLS.
I mean, the 7 Series is sportier than the S-Class.
Definitely.
Right? So I will probably see the same
Yeah.
kind of language between the X7 and GLS. The X50i 0 to 60 is 5.2 seconds.
Yep.
That's faster than our 4 Series and our Model 3. Can you imagine on a red light, you know, and then you see this full-size tank next to you, and once the light turns green, this car you can't keep up with this tank. I mean, it's an interesting dynamic, right?
At the end of the day, they're people carriers. They're all fast enough. I think it's just about prestige and you know, having the most expensive version. So I think in the real world, it doesn't really matter. I'm just not totally sold on the practicality of it compared to the other cars in its class. Personally, I actually like the Navigator the best in this class, because I think if you're gonna buy a big SUV, you might as well buy the biggest one. The Lincoln is actually the most stylish car in its class because it's so distinctly American. Like the interior is it's reminiscent of old Lincolns, like the Continental in the 60s. Even today, if you look at a Lincoln from the 60s, you still think it's super stylish. It's not retro, it just harkens back to its heritage, and it does it in a very modern way.
I have to say, I would get the X7. If I'm driving this car every day, I would want the best driving feel, you know, that I can get. Maybe even once a week or once a month, I'm gonna use 7 seats for a road trip or something. But you know, on a daily basis, 90% of the time I'll be driving this car, so I want that driving feel.
Yeah.
BMW has really fallen behind in interior because we're a sporty brand.
Yeah.
But with the X7, they came in a new category and they're like, hey, we can do luxury too. And I think they proved their point. I think the X7 is gonna do very well.
Thank you for watching. Again, it's Jeffrey.
It's Jerry, signing off.